Hey everybody. I'd like to do what I believe could be a motive for the assassination of former President Trump um, at a campaign rally. Um, electric bills are going up, right? Mine went from 60 before this previous administration to 120. And I believe a lot of that has to do with the people, even though you don't have them around you, are paying for the turbines and the solar panels and all this clean energy crap. And people are getting paid money for, including one of my brothers, for letting the energy companies use their land. So we're paying for that. I believe that's my opinion. But this is what makes me think that. Okay, now this here has to do with Whitmer. What is 8645 Whitmer's pin and anti-Trump message using restaurant industry slang? This was before the election. I remember this when this first whole debacle just started up. Okay, speaking on NBC's Meet the Press Sunday, Governor Gretchen Whitmer condemned President Donald Trump for inciting domestic terrorism. It is wrong. It's got to end. it is dangerous, not just for me, my family, but public servants, and everywhere. All right. Now, what have they been doing since this previous administration? What have they been doing? Domestic terrorism. Whitmer's comments came 10 days after the public learned the FBI thwarted a militia group's attempt to kidnap her, and one day after, President Trump spoke at a Michigan rally where his supporters chanted, "Lock her up." Well, that whole thing was a lot of it was found to be not true. With the kidnap plot. First of all, I wouldn't kidnap her because I couldn't take her voice. I could not stand to hear her talk. The Trump campaign pointed out a small pin resting on the table behind Whitmer during her interview. The pin contained the number 8645. Whitmer is encouraging assassination attempt against President Trump. Trump's campaign alleged uh, explaining that 86 can be shorthand for unliving someone. The last two number refers to Trump, who is the 45th president of the United States. Right there it is, right here. Ugh. And she's gone missing in action right now. Whitmer and Trump have accused each other of creating a volatile climate in a year when a global pandemic and racial justice protests have erupted against the backdrop of the most contentious presidential elections in modern history. I think this one's going to be my American history. This one here, the one that's going on now, is just that. See, how they know all this stuff ahead of time. Trump campaign marks the latest fiery attack exchange between the president and Whitmer. Okay. According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, 86 is slang for refusing to serve a customer. It can also mean to get rid of or throw out. The etymology for the term is disputed, explains Ben Zimmer in The Atlantic, but it has its origins in the restaurant industry to refer to menu items that are no longer available. That's not the way I learned what that meant. Now, I've been around a few blocks, I know. For instance, if a diner ran out of eggs, a cook might yell out 86 the eggs. Today, the term is commonly used in the restaurant and bar industry to refer to objectionable patrons. According to a November 2017 entry in Urban Dictionary, 8645 is a sneaky way to illustrate one's support of getting rid of Trump. The silly reason is officially here. It's pretty clear nobody in the Trump campaign has ever worked a food service job, wrote Bobby Leedy from Governor Whitmer's political team in a email to the Free Press. The term has also been used to refer to another member of the Trump administration in 2018, former White House Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders was asked to leave a Virginia restaurant because she worked for Trump. A photo posted on Twitter appears to show a note left from the restaurant reading 86. Sarah Huckabee Sanders. The numbers 8645 can be found on a range of anti-Trump paraphernalia. T-shirts with the numbers have been sold on Amazon for years. Heading into the election, artists have sold a range of 8645 products, including T-shirts, mugs, face masks, and stickers on Etsy. but Republicans say the term has a violent connotation and argued Whitmer's pen was meant to incite violence against the president. Last night I said the lock her up chant was wrong, and I believe that tweeted State House Speaker Lee Chatfield, Republican, leveling well today. The governor encouraged more hate by having an 86-45 pin attack unalive. This doesn't help. This is wrong too, Chatfield added. Michigan Republican Party Chair Laura Cox tweeted that Whitmer displayed a phrase which calls for the unaliving of President Trump. This is disgusting. This is truly disgusting. The official dictionary definition for 86 does not make any intention or any mention. The term is synonymous with unaliving. One entry is the Urban Dictionary definition. The term 86D as to get rid of, originally for unaliving someone. The term this seems to be the definition of the term used by the Trump campaign. Chatfield and Cox. It's not how to learn is commonly used and is not difficult or officially defined. Okay, we already done that thing the other way. Okay, this is Gary Peters, Chairman Gary Peters. Senator Gary Peters has been honored to represent the state of Michigan in the U.S. Senate since 2015. He has focused on uniting our communities by fighting for the things we all agree on. A stronger economy. Well, he lost that one. Good paying jobs. Well, strike two. Affordable health care. Strike three. A secure retirement and opportunity for everyone to succeed. Well, I guess you lost all. In the 118th Congress, Gary Peters, or Gary, is the chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee, which oversees the Department of Homeland Security and is the Senate's top oversight committee. He also served on the Senate Appropriation Committee, Senate Armed Services Committee, and the State Commerce, Science, and Transportation Committee. In addition, Gary serves as one of the 6 congressional regents on the Smithsonian Institute Board of Agents, which governs and administers the organization. In the U.S. state, Gary is recognized as one of the most effective and bipartisan senators, according to the Nonpartisan Center for Effective Lawmaking in University of Virginia and Vanderbilt University and the Lugar Center, Georgetown University. During last Congress, 2021 to 22, Gary authored and was principal sponsor of 19 bills that were signed into law, the most enacted into law by the U.S. Senator during the single Congress over 40 years. He achieved this by building on the record of working in a bipartisan manner in the 118th Congress, 2019 to 2020. He was recognized number one most effective senator, despite serving as a member or as a bipartisan man by a member of the minority party, an achievement that had been accomplished since the non-bipartisan Center for Effective Lawmaking began collecting data over 50 years. The Center of Effective Lawmaking cited that the key to Gary's success was his effectiveness in coalition building those 2 years. Gary was principal sponsor and author for more standalone bills signed into law than any Democratic or Republican member serving in either the House, State, or Senate House. Now, if you want to learn more about this ding-a-ling, which I don't like him, he's from Michigan, just getting somewhere. Jennifer Granholm, Secretary of U.S. Department of Energy. Jennifer Granholm was born as 16th Secretary of Energy on February 25, 2021. Secretary Granholm, leading DOE's work to advance the cutting-edge clean energy technologies will help America achieve President Biden's goal of net zero carbon emissions by 2050, while creating millions of good-paying jobs, union, clean energy jobs, and building equitable economy. Yeah, right. Secretary Granholm is also uh, overseeing DOE's core missions of promoting American leadership, scientific discovery, mentioning the nuclear deterrent, and reducing nuclear danger. You better wait, it's coming. And remediating the environmental harms caused by legacy defense programs. Prior to her nomination as Secretary of Energy, Jennifer Granholm was elected governor of Michigan, serving 2 terms from 2003 to 2011. And I remind you, she wasted the state's money using the governor's jet to fly to Canada and things like that and do for personal use. And ex-governor Jennifer Granholm, dang near screwed up the state also. I might add, because I remember. Also 2 terms as governor, Jennifer Granholm joined the facility of the University of California, Berkeley, as a distinguished and professor of practice in the Goldman School of Public Policy, focusing on the intersection of law, clean energy, and manufacturing policy and industry. Secretary Granholm is an honors graduate of both University of California, Berkeley, and Harvard Law School. She and her husband, Daniel D. Mulhern, have 3 children. I wouldn't want to follow her on social media. She paid them $50,000 million. But just learn that they're going to take one of the old Oldsmobile plants and start doing all electric vehicles. These people are freaking. This is what I'm saying. These people right here are about the nuttier than fruitcake people I have ever seen in my life. And that goes for Al Gore. So there you go. Now we'll get into some real stuff. Now you know that these people are freaking crazy. Crazy than a bedbug. Those are Looney Tunes. Hang on a minute. Gotta think a minute. The computer's stupid. Okay, this is Black Rock ad with the shooter Thomas Cook. That's the one that tried the attempt on the former president or the president candidate. It never worked.
Knock, knock. Hi there. I'd love to show you what a K-12 powered school is really like. Step inside. Here, you can dive into subjects you love, move as fast or as slow as you need to, and let your learning soar. Cool. You'll connect with teachers and classmates, explore your interests, and learn great skills for the future. Hey, know what else is knocking? Opportunity. Discover yours. Now enrolling.
Huh. Figures. He's just doing nothing now.
Enrolling. Knock, knock. Hi there. I'd love to show you what a K-12 powered school is really like. Step inside. Here, you can dive into subjects you love, move as fast or as slow as you need to, and let your learning soar. Cool. You'll connect with teachers and classmates, explore your interests, and learn great skills for the future. Hey, know what else is knocking? Opportunity. Discover yours. Now enrolling. Knock, knock. Hi there. I'd love to show you what a K-12 powered school is really like. Step inside. Here, you can dive into subjects you love, move as fast or as slow as you need to, and let your learning soar. Cool. You'll connect with teachers and classmates, explore your interests, and learn great skills for the future. Hey, know what else is knocking? Opportunity. Discover yours. Now enrolling. Knock, knock. Hi there. I'd love to show you what a K-12 powered school is really like. Step inside. Here, you can dive into subjects you love, move as fast or as slow as you need to, and let your learning soar. You'll connect with teachers and classmates, explore your interests, and learn great skills for the future. Hey, know what else is knocking? Opportunity! Discover yours! Now enrolling!
Okay, now this is in a shocking revelation. BlackRock condemned or confirmed that Thomas Brooks, the suspect in the attempted assassination of former U.S. President Donald Trump at a campaign rally, briefly appeared in one of their advertisements. Here's what we know so far. Now, see, this I think is in a lot of people's speculation, but it makes more sense than not because this kid flunked uh, the pew pew classes and was kicked out. So how can this kid have such a good shot as he did, and how did he get in there carrying a rifle? And I've also heard him, he had a ladder, climbing up to the top of a building with all these policemen supposed to be around. People yelling, there's somebody on the roof, somebody on the roof. Everybody ignored it. And why did it take so long for the Secret Service and the police? Because one came up the ladder and peeked over. The shooter aimed the gun at the police, and he went down. Now, why didn't they have a radio? Why didn't they get this gunman before he placed one shot? Because now a person is not with us anymore. They had a family, was a fire chief, a retired fire chief, and then two others injured. And then the presidential hopeful was grazed, and if he hadn't turned his head, he might not be here today. So we will get back to this one. Rare, stupid hair. Bear with me. Okay. This is investment. Okay. BlackRock donates record amount to U.S. politician campaigns as ESG fight heats up. And Mr. Dumbo, Larry Fink, Larry Fink, Chief Executive Officer of BlackRock Incorporated. Okay, BlackRock is pouring record amounts of money into U.S. political campaigns this year as the asset management giant facing mounting scrutiny over its size and advocacy of sustainable investing. The company's political action committee contributed some 647,000 to congressional candidates, their leadership, PAC, and political parties between January 21st and the middle of October, according to the most recent public record before the midterm election on November 8th. That's about 38% more than the committee gave in 2020 election cycle, and highly more than half the sum, 331,000, has gone to Democrats so far in this election. BlackRock, which managed 7.96 trillion at the end of September, and Chief Executive Officer Larry Fink are the center of a escalating political battle over investing with environmental, social, and governance, or ESG, goals. Republican politicians have attacked ESG for harming fossil fuel interests and advancing societal causes of financial returns, while some Democrats and environmental advocates have criticized the firm for not doing more to combat climate change. So far, states including Missouri and Louisiana have pulled more than $1 billion in public money from BlackRock funds. New York City Controller Brad Lander said in September the firm uh, abdicate, abdicates responsibility in not pushing corporations to do more to respond to global warming. The company responded to the Vatican critiques with an advertising campaign earlier this year to explain its business managing money for retirees and brought on additional lobbyists in Texas and Washington to influence policy. While it's contributed less money than the PACs of some of the Wall Street's biggest banks, um, the record giving by BlackRock's PAC comes ahead of an expected increase in scrutiny, and the Washington Republican lawmakers could ramp up oversight of ESG investing if they take control of one of or both House and they both control of one or both houses of Congress in the election. But these people, that young man was in a commercial for this company, and he was a misfit, an outcast. They trying to say he's a Republican, but what I hear his parents were both Democrat. They contributed, and so did he, to Joe Biden's campaign. Anybody can register as a Republican and vote the other way. So that has nothing to do with it, whether it's on paper, but it's the actions doing after the paper.
Here's how auto mechanics remove car scratches in just 90 seconds or less. This simple but brilliant trick is taking the US by storm. It creates a scratch-free look on any surface, meaning you'll never have to worry about those marks again. An auto mechanic from Michigan has just revolutionized the car care industry with a tool that removes car scratches in record time. For years, Jake watched as car owners struggle with costly scratch repairs. Competitors charged hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars for fixes that could be done in minutes. Determined to find an effective alternative, Jake decided to take matters into his own hands. Blessed with years of
Well, it always does that.
Let's go to Aaron Katursky now, our senior investigative correspondent, because Aaron, I understand there was a photo, a potential photo. Let's go to Aaron Katursky now, our senior investigative correspondent.
You know who these guys are? Those two guys right there? They were looking right at that gunman. Yet they did not, when he raised his rifle, that's when they should have let him have it. But they didn't. Now the Secret Service is blaming the police, and the police are blaming the Secret Service. It's everybody's fault.
Let's go to Aaron Katursky now, our senior investigative correspondent, because Aaron, I understand there was a photo, a potential photo of the shooter. Do we have that yet, or is there confirmation that it is in fact the shooter?
Well, the photo is from Getty Images, and law enforcement sources who have seen it tell ABC News that it does appear to be the shooter. So they are taking a look at this image, again, from Getty Images, and they are under the working suspicion that this is, in fact, going to be the shooter. Now, as Pierre notes, they still have not shared a specific identity. They undoubtedly have a name that they're working with, scouring his background, talking to any known acquaintances or family
and Aaron,
members.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to make clear to our viewers, because as you started speaking, there was a different photograph, but the photograph right now that is on the screen is the photograph that you were talking about. And once again, Aaron, if you can just describe what law enforcement sources are saying about this particular picture.
Yeah, the image comes from Getty Images, and it's being scrutinized by law enforcement officials now, but they're working.
There are actual videos of the gunman crawling across this roof. They're crawling across this roof, laying down. They're screaming and yelling. There's someone on the roof. There's someone on the roof. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. And then law enforcement just walk past them. I mean, and a specialists and snipers are saying that, and even retired intelligence are saying that this building here should have been protected and should have been, searched and done. They should have done all that stuff to this particular building. Now they're using an excuse. Where in the heck's the slope? They're using an excuse that it was too dangerous to go on the roof for them because of the slope. What slope? Too slippery. Too bad. What the hell do they think their jobs for? They gotta do it. They can get on top of other roofs and not have any problem. It's crazier than a freaking, I don't know, nuts. Okay, we'll go to that.
Hi, I'm JT, and I made Result Hunter, the search engine for conservatives. Let me just tell you what it does. First of all, big tech right now.
We are hearing from the man who took the now viral video of the suspected shooter sharing his experience as the chaos unfolded on Saturday night. Fox 25's Keith Daniels takes us through his perspective.
Well, the man who captured images of that suspected gunman on the roof that day says he believes law enforcement could have done more to stop that deadly shooting. His thoughts as he describes to me what he saw that day. They are images that won't soon be forgotten. Suspected killer, 20-year-old Thomas Crooks, on the roof of a building, taking aim.
When I seen him holding the gun like he was taking aim, I thought, oh my God, this guy's about to shoot into the crowd or something. So I turned my phone on.
Mike DeFrisha said he started recording on his cell phone. The still photo grabbed from that video.
Yeah, we had just got there a little bit late.
He and his wife Amber live in Crawford County, Pennsylvania. They were at the Trump rally in Butler Saturday. They arrived late, so they sat outside of the secured area near the building where Crooks waited.
We were there maybe 10 minutes waiting for Mr. Trump to come on. And then after he came on and started to speak, my wife shortly after he started nudged me and said, hey, what's going on behind us? And that's when we noticed some commotion.
Now, where's that? DeFrisha said he noticed Crooks climbing the roof, then noticed he had a gun. They tried alerting police, then took cover.
I kind of felt I could see the guy with my eyes. I knew where he was at. I got me and my wife behind a big tree, and I felt that we were safe.
Then you see the gun, you're like, oh my God, we have to hide. But there's nowhere to hide. There was a couple trees to hide behind. So you didn't know whether to hit the deck or run or just stand still. It's very chaotic in them split seconds.
If you want to really see something, this
chaos after gunfire. A bullet grazed the former president's ear, Mr. Trump narrowly escaping a more serious, possibly even fatal blow. But one man in the crowd is killed, 2 others wounded. Secret Service snipers take down Crooks, killing him.
It was devastating to us. I mean, to know that we watched a guy shoot somebody, and also even the shooter. I mean, we watched him get shot right in front of us. I mean, we seen it. We seen the aftermath.
The couple believing something more could have been done to prevent the tragic shooting, talking now about who, besides the shooter.
Yeah, there you go. Now, I believe, and this is by experienced special forces, this retired special force person that was in the probably Army or even Marines, said that there probably was somebody else that did the shooting too. You know, that this was not just this kid himself. He was a loner. There's nothing on anything that is freaking telling anybody. Plus, there's a guy that a prepper, a black man, Your Truth channel, said the FBI visited him because he was saying something a couple months ago about the president, the one that's running against Biden, President Trump. They're getting desperate and stuff, so they probably tried because they couldn't do it any other way. They make sense to me, but the FBI visited him, wondered why he said that. Well, it makes sense. And now they're blaming the Republicans for being mean and saying bad stuff. But all along, it's been the other side that's been doing it. And the mainstream media just played it out. And that's what I'm talking about, hatred. It has no business. You know, people need to stop that. People that should know better should stop that. But I wouldn't, and I'm beginning to believe it because Candace Owens even said it. And she's told a story about her husband almost getting a job with Secret Service because he went down the wrong stairway. So that's when Trump was in office. So yeah, there's something fishy going on here and stuff like that. And being that this is President Trump said he was going to drill, I would not put it past these lunatics, these environmentalists, to be that crooked and that bad. And, it's just, it makes me mad because innocent people were hurt and one was unalived, and it's just sad. Plus, I call it divine intervention, and no, I don't believe that he's the Messiah or he's even close to the Messiah. But in my journey, the Lord, he saved me one time like that. If you're persecuted and persecuted and persecuted, and you continue to get up and carry your cross and continue walking, you're persecuted and you're persecuted and you're persecuted. I asked him, how long does this have to take? How long do I have to go? As long as it takes. And yes, Jesus said he would help if he had to. So divine intervention is not a guardian angel, it's Jesus Christ himself helping, with a problem. And this is the time, I believe, that he wants people, that maybe the last time that people have their abilities to repent of their sins, to repent. That's my feeling. And don't go with the thing that's saying he's Messiah or he's equal to or anything. He is not. He is a man. That's all he is. Flesh and bone. Flesh, bone, and blood. But with that said, please be safe out there. God knows, the horror stories and the horrible things that are going on right today. And to be on a particular side of politics right now is a very dangerous thing. Even the color of your skin is very dangerous because people don't know who you are. They see the color of your skin, and there you go. I mean, I'm not talking about everybody, but there are people, certain people just, they think a certain way and they believe everything they hear, and that's what they do. They go on to the defensive and start attacking, which is wrong. But with that said, God bless everybody, and Jesus loves you. And take this as a warning and heed it. Thank God, I pray for the family that lost Corey, his wife, and his children. That they may find comfort in this hour of need. And God bless. Thank you. Oh, brother. Well, I want to just say thanks for watching again. My computer messes up sometimes. But God bless, peace, and love. Have a nice